The TARDIS lands in a little village called Hodcombe in 1984 due to Tegan wanting to visit her grandfather. Quickly, the Doctor and crew find themselves within a village obsessed with reenacting the events of the many English wars, but something far more menacing is hidden within the church. Can the Doctor, Tegan and Turlough find Tegan's grandfather, who has mysteriously gone missing, and save the town from an alien threat known as the Malice? Let's discuss The Awakening, which aired from the 19th to the 20th of January 1984 and was written by Eric Pringle and directed by Michael Owen Morris.
I'm Conrad.
And I'm Nick.
And we are...
The Awesome Harmony! Not in harmony. We're not in... We got to keep it fresh. But anyway, different. It's so ironic that we're not in harmony when we say that. But yes. So, Awakening. We're discussing The Awakening.
I think.
Yeah, so, Fifth Doctor story, right after Warriors of the Deep, so,
yeah, not exactly the best way to, pick it back up, I would say.
Yeah, so Warriors of the Deep is the story before, which is world-renowned in the Doctor Who fandom to be bad, like, oof, no.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I think we mentioned it before earlier on.
We will get to that.
Anyway, so... The Awakening starts with that lady at the horse place,
well,
and then...
First, you kind of see horse trampling, and the ladies there and stuff. I mean, it's kind of intriguing, you know, you think...
It's intriguing, but then when you find out that it's just a game, why would the guy charge at her with the stick and a horse? Like, that is bloody dangerous, as she says. Like, I'd be way more angry than, like, what Jane... Was it Jane was? I would be furious if someone Jane...
Derek, he takes things a bit too far, I know. Derek, you know.
It's just like, okay, dude, calm down. Like, they know who she is. Yeah, it's like, you understand later weird. It's due to, like, the Malice kind of being a bit more...
Yeah, but they don't really clear the Malice thing up, though. Actually,
it's very confusing, isn't it?
But actually, I assumed it was only Sir Charles that is the only one that's affected by the Malice. Everybody else, for all we know, isn't.
Yeah. It was affecting him the most. So yeah, so basically, then it kind of cuts away. We kind of get explained that it's not 1643. It's 1984. Blah blah blah. But I mean, you could tell that by what Jane was wearing.
Yeah, no, it would be weird if she was wearing that in that time period.
So then the TARDIS arrives. They want to see Tegan's granddad for some unknown reason.
I mean, yeah, Tegan just wants to
see. I did like that. On the way that they try to do family stuff, because when they, it makes it a lot more like New Who, with they actually do her family, which they do want to see now and then. Yeah. I mean, it works if they're an orphan.
I mean, they kind of sort of did in the entire. Well, I mean, I guess season doesn't really count, but you had that a bit with Victoria, definitely.
Yeah, with her father, and that was good, but
you kind of do have.
She became an orphan. You see. It works when they're an orphan and they have no home life that, to go to, so it doesn't matter going back. But when it's like Rose or people like Tegan, they're people to go back to, so it makes sense.
The time.
So I do like it when they try and do that home thing, and John Nathan Turner, I think, was due to that, so well done him, for trying that.
I mean, it's like...
But it's still it's okay. So then they all get, caught up.
Oh, then they look at the scanner and it's like, oh, it's all falling apart.
The church.
Oh no, and there's somebody running around. That's why we have to go out, because somebody is running around.
Well, it was dangerous, so they had to save him, but, yeah.
Well, I mean...
And then they'll, look at his clothes. This isn't 1984. So then they go
Doctor, up. Doctor, you silly Billy!
And then there's a crack in the wall. Again, it's actually surprising how many cracks in the walls there are.
Yeah,
but
a lot.
And then so then there's that creepy guy with the one eye and the other eye kind of. That was good effect.
Even really appear
it doesn't. Yeah, it's like, why does he steal the purse?
Sort of, yeah, no.
Because he steals Tegan's purse at one point.
Pretty.
They all split up. They all split up when they're being chased, isn't it? Is that why they split up? They're being chased or something, or. Can't remember. It's such a forgettable story, really.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So they kind of go off. No, Tegan runs off. That's why. Yes.
Oh yeah, in the very kind of. oh, it's gone, I gotta go!
Yeah, because like, oh, my granddad's gone missing, gotta find him.
It's gonna run around, that'll totally help everything.
And yeah, so basically we find out, listeners, that Tegan's granddad has gone missing, and they never really explain why.
They locked him in the shed.
No, but they never kind of explain, like, to Tegan or why he's gone missing. They just go, oh yeah, he kind of disappeared.
Yeah, he just went somewhere.
So Tegan weirdly just gets upset and runs off.
Well,
so the doctor and Turlough...
upset, but like,
you wouldn't run off.
Yeah, you wouldn't run off like that. I mean, you would have said, oh, doctor, can we go? Oh, no, I'm busy here. Well, screw you guys! Something like that.
It basically was that. But, oh my... Yeah, I just don't... It had a kind of a good start with, like, people reenacting wars, but it just lost track. Like, it lost track completely.
Well, yeah. I would say even from the beginning, like, the dialogue does not feel natural
very
at
wooden.
all.
There's very wooden.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel natural at all. It's just like, oh, why are you doing this?
Yeah, the first 8 minutes, I even wrote here, the first 8 minutes is so slow.
I'd say that remains consistent for the entire story, I would say. Like, barely at all did I notice any, like, decent dialogue that didn't feel just sort of...
Yeah.
That wouldn't...
I did watch behind the scenes, and they did say that usually they went through the script and changed stuff, but because it was Michael Owen Morris's first ever directing role, they weren't nitpicking it as much on changing stuff. So stuff didn't get changed, they just left it as it was. And I think that might be a reason why it was very, very wooden.
Also the fact that being 2 parts, actually I say that's a lot of the limitation of this episode is the fact it's 2 parts.
Yeah,
they
originally...
had to rush through everything.
Originally it was supposed to be 4, but Eric Pringle couldn't manage to, like, he just couldn't write a story. He just couldn't get it flowing enough to be 4 episodes. So, like, okay, try 2. And then that worked, but not really, because, like, the last 5, like, that last bit in the TARDIS, they're, like, wrapping up everything so quickly, like, oh, it's not a hologram, oh, hello, Grandad, oh, this, oh, we save a day.
Nobody is fazed by the TARDIS.
Yeah, I know. In the 5th Doctor era, mainly in the 5th Doctor era, so many people end up in his TARDIS.
Yeah.
So many people.
But usually they mention something where we are a bit confused. Here they're just there. It's just like nobody even
They've
bats
just given
an
up.
eye.
They've just given up.
Nobody bats an eye. It's just...
There's a face in the wall. They're just like, screw it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it looks nice.
The costume's quite
That's
nice.
something going for it.
The place they set it is kind of nice, I guess.
They filmed that in...
creation.
Yeah, they filmed that in 3 villages. 3 different villages for that. So that was cool, I guess. I mean... Yeah, it's just the church is nice. I mean, it looks nice, but it's very wooden. Yeah. The acting and the lines.
He's a very weak
no, you remind me of Captain Hook.
Oh, he does. He does a bit.
If you try and see Captain Hook when you see him like shout, you know, and like the village fate, they were gonna burn Tegan. Like what?
Being a condition.
I'm sorry.
Why was the entire village with like?
Yeah.
It's like as they kind of showed, because not everybody's affected. Like that other
the
second in command guy was not affected, and neither was what's her face? The woman. Jane. They weren't affected. Neither was a lot of the village. So you assume that most of the village is not affected. They only specifically point out that. So was it Charles or Sir George?
Sir George
was not affected. It was the only one that was affected by the malice, really. So why was the village going along with this burning idea?
Yeah, the malice should have been affecting everybody, and a good thing they could have done is Tegan and Turlough was slowly turning evil and turning on the Doctor. They could have done something really awesome with that over 4 episodes, like slowly. I mean, the cliffhanger was actually pretty damn good. I would give it that.
It's kind of, I think, let down by Jane's Doctor!
Oh yeah, the Doctor's really too long. Yeah, I'm like, why are you holding it on that long, woman? But it was cool, like, you know, the reveal, and then it was like there's smoke coming out.
Actually, I'd say just the fact that it's just smoke surrounding him, like, if you just saw the face, that might have been an effective cliffhanger. But just the fact that the cliffhanger is the fact that, oh, there's smoke.
Yeah,
kind of lets it down.
He should have been choking more than.
It just sort of stands there.
Well, no, he has his hands over his ears.
Yeah, he does.
And I think they should have done a more like a choking kind of, it was killing him rather than, ow, it's a bit loud.
Ow, it hurts my ears.
Oh no. So I mean, Turlough doesn't do much, just runs around a bit.
Usual.
Tegan doesn't do much, just runs around a bit. I mean,
the village. Actually, what did I say? The village, for something that they said is so isolated and stuff. Why do they have phone booths and stuff? That's that isolated and shops.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that is very true. How would they get?
How can they be that isolated but have like all these other various things? You would have thought like something which is very much we're an old-fashioned village that's kind of away from the real world wouldn't have stuff like that.
That is a mistake. Oh. Yeah, no, because they wouldn't have that if they're trying to be completely separate. But my reason is like, why? I know that all the battles happened on that land, but why celebrate celebrate them that often? Like, what's so special about the battles? When did this start? When did they start doing all these battles?
Well, I mean, people do historical reconstructions of battles, like just like in real life, like just in general, just as kind of a nice thing, or just as. And that's fine itself. It is a bit weird that they would recreate battles like that, but they don't really explain it very well. Like, how can they probably recreate these battles without it actually how dangerous do they get? You never never see the war games themselves.
Yeah, they should have actually done that. They should have had a really bad battle where they actually started to kill other people. And that's what it should. It should have been 4 parts, and there should have been. Like an increase of people getting angry, people getting more violent and violent and violent. So basically, the malice is this face in the wall, which has come from a different world.
Yeah.
And it feeds off the bad kind of mental thought energy.
And I'll say the design of it is very nice, and the way they did the mask was very well presented.
Yeah, originally they wanted it to actually become the wall, so they wanted the wall to bulge out and become this face, but they realised that they wouldn't be able to do that, so they did, let's just have it smash through the wall, which I think is an effective way. I mean,
that works very well.
It's a different type of villain, and I kind of like it. I mean, you can't always have the same, so you got to have some variety. So, I mean, good idea. Really bad execution.
But yeah, and I would say,
what's that one in the TARDIS? That one.
The way to power him up and to give him energy is really bizarre. Like, to perfectly recreate this event.
Why that event? Oh, maybe because it's historical, so it's a time.
No, I think what they were applying was the fact that the first time when this happened around the Civil War, this is when the malice powered up and did some stuff, and so they're trying to recreate the event. But they never explain why this event in particular is powering it up.
Because it crashed then, I guess? It's
but
very,
why
very...
is it one event where they burn some girl gonna power up this being that sits in the wall?
Yeah, it's odd.
How?
It is very, very odd.
And why is that gargoyle thing even? Is it just it expanding, or what?
It was creepy though, I'll give it that. It was creepy.
Though the effect, as it's appearing in, it's just stars. It's just
it's just these stars.
It's all even for the time that sucks. You saw in the 5 Doctors that had better effects and stuff.
Yeah.
I could point out some 4th Doctor stories which have better effects than just he's teleporting in. There's some stars that are flashing around.
There's some probably black and white ones which have some better effects. Seeds of Death. When the Ice Warriors used their ray, they basically used a mirror to reflect the actor and just pressed it in the middle, and it caused this bulge effect. That's what they use in it, and it looks so good.
Yeah, using creative stuff like that would have helped, but no, just stars.
Story. Now, here is my question. Here is my question of the day, and you viewers, listeners, you can answer it as well. How can the holograms kill the people, but they can't hit back at the holograms?
Yeah, no, that is.
How can the holograms hold things, but then not have a physical apparition to hit?
But yet also.
Because I was thinking when the ones were coming towards them with the swords, it's okay, they're going to swing and they're just going to miss. No, they decapitate a guy.
Yeah,
full on.
In fact, you can't have it.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, it's either going to be physical or not physical. You can't just. Actually, this is always the problem we've had with stuff like Ghost, because sometimes they show Ghost as things that, it hits people and manages to do stuff to people.
Poltergeist, yeah.
But other moments, it's like, you can punch straight through them and they can go through walls and stuff. It's like, this weird...
Yeah, in Ghost the movie, the one where it's that famous pottery thing, that love bit right at the start, it's you have to train to be able to move stuff. So some ghosts can just move through walls and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you actually learn to move stuff, you can.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's actually the laws of the world, who knows the universe. But yeah, holograms, because they are specifically called holograms, should not be able to, like, touch, feel, hold, or kill.
Yeah.
End of. Because how can you not hit them and they can hit you?
Yeah.
Because what happens if, like, they had their sword like that, you went to hit the sword, I know you can't hit it, but then if they went like that, all of a sudden it cuts you out. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Try and answer it. Make up some stuff.
BS, yeah, just make up some BS.
Let's read the most entertaining one.
Yeah. Also, I'd say, this is slightly more minor, but when Turlough's locked in the shed with Tegan's grandfather, he suddenly knows what the malice is, despite the fact he's been wandering around the entire episode and hasn't... He doesn't know what it is, because any moment before that, because he wandered into the church, he saw the crack and all that, they went back to the TARDIS, saw the thingy on the wall, and then he wandered out, but he never actually got mentioned about the malice. He doesn't
no, it's the grandfather tells him.
No, because he mentions that... No, because he's first thrown into the shed, and then the grandfather says a thing. He doesn't even mention it at that point, and then tells the first one to bring it up.
Well, maybe I guess it's supposed to be off-screen telling, but, that's kind of bad.
But no, because Turlough's just running around. He wouldn't have had a chance
No, off-screen telling from the granddad, because the granddad studying and the one who found it.
This happens in the scene where he's thrown first into the shed.
Oh, okay.
The scene is continuous, so he's thrown in, and then he's, sees the grandfather, and then, I think... Turlough talks about I don't remember exactly what he says, but he talks about how he's the first one to bring up the malice.
Oh, okay. I missed that, but it's just a bit of a bumbling mess. Okay, yeah. So this about that same scene though. So they're in the shed. He looks at the bars and is like, "Oh no, can't." Oh. Yeah. And then they just break down the door. Why didn't you do that in the first place?
It just crumbles. It's so the way they did the door breaks is so unnatural. Just it's was it really together in the first place?
And it's why didn't they try that first? If they were going to do that eventually, you try the door first. You know?
There's a door here, but I think we can break through the wall.
I don't get it. But I think probably the best thing about it was probably Will, which was the guy from...
He didn't even do that much. And one moment that bothered me about him is when he's facing the hologram, he just runs off.
No.
Because it's him, what was it, Malice's face? Because he mentioned seeing the Malice in
oh yeah.
And then they're standing together, the Doctor, what's it?
Will
and what's her face?
Jane.
Keep forgetting that. And they're standing together, and the Doctor says, "Don't run!" And then he just runs out the church, through the fields, falls over a couple of times.
Oh yes, he does. Yes, I remember that. Yes.
It's weird,
But
he's okay, and they were planning to make him a companion.
Yeah, there were talks about it. There's
Thankfully,
apparently John Nathan Turner, if you could ever make a rumor occur, he would just to get people talking about Doctor Who. Love rumors.
Oh yeah.
So he might have dropped that one, but it was never serious because the actor said in the special features he never had a full-on conversation or anything serious, but there were always talks about it. But
actually, I got here one moment, because we went into the dialogue a bit earlier, but I have written down here one specific moment.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's they're I think it's the Doctor and
Jane,
and they're about to I think they're about to they're outside the
church.
They're in the kind of cellar area, but they're about to enter into the building, the office where Sir
George,
and and then Jane was like, "You must stop him." Yes, I know. And then
yes, I remember that. Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic dialogue. Beautiful.
Brilliant dialogue. You can tell that people really didn't like this story, because episode 1 had 7.9 million viewers, episode 2 had 6.6.
Wow.
That's a drop.
Quite a drop. Maybe that's a particular reason why the first episode got so many. Maybe.
That's the same lowest number as Warriors of the Deep. So, I mean, and then it jumped back up to 8 million for Frontios, and then that slowly dropped kind of through that one. That even dropped even further for episode 2. But yeah, it picked up for Caves of Androzani, because that's such a great story. But yeah, oh god, Awakening. See, I hadn't watched it, and this is the first time I watched it since I had it on VHS. So that was probably 2012, 2011 when I last watched it. So I was kind of, expecting something new, fresh, came very open, and it was just boring. it's kind of
forgettable. And it's irritated me this time. I watched it my first time, I thought, it's okay, I guess.
It's alright, it's a story.
But, it's got worse, watching it this time. I've noticed all the, issues with it. Actually, one more area I'd like to say is, the fair.
Oh, yeah.
So first off, as the car comes out the gate, you can see Tegan is sitting there, but all of a sudden when they get to the fair, it's a stuffed doll.
Yeah, there was no obvious switch.
No, there was no switch at all. I guess that kind of builds tension, but you don't know where Tegan is. I think Tegan, next time you see her, is back in the house,
church. Oh, no, maybe, yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was...
It's one of those two.
They implied that she never left, but we clearly saw her. Second off, the Doctor, when he goes up to try and stop the thing and just to try and disrupt it, it just, doesn't really have a plan. He just walks, and then he gets captured. What the heck did he think
He tries to
happen?
run past, because he's trying to run past, I think, on purpose to be caught, because he needed to be there, so then Will could do the movement.
He struggles and doesn't necessarily want to do that.
You've got to act, though. You've got to be happy to be caught, when they know that something was up.
It's kind of true, but
it still was a bit goofy.
Yeah, it was weird.
But yeah, so then they jump on that horse and cart.
Yeah.
See, I kind of like that scene, really. I mean, especially Sir George's reaction. Oh, no! That was so funny. That's when I was like, it's Captain Hook. That's when I saw it. But then there's that famous blooper scene.
Oh yeah, with the horse.
So basically, that church, it didn't have that kind of little kind of room hut thing as you walk through. Yeah. That was made, the arch. That was made for this story. So the horse and cart, the horse would never pull up in the right place in the thing. So they put the horse's partner on the other side. So it's gonna go towards my partner. So then they pull up, stop. Doctor goes through the arch. Will goes through the arch. The other guy goes through the arch. And the horse went through the arch. And he pulls down the complete archway, completely destroying it.
Yeah.
But it completely destroys it. It's a hilarious blooper, and we'll link it below because it is on YouTube somewhere. And that's probably the best thing out of this, really.
It's that one blooper.
That one blooper, because it is brilliant. Because you see all the cast and crew oh no, what's going on? Oh no.
I think that was used on BBC training videos, just how not to work without the horse for a while.
It was also on the bloopers. I can't remember what they called it in the special features. Was it the Golden Egg Awards?
They kept the greyback on it.
Yeah, so the Golden Egg Awards is basically Noel Edmonds.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Bloopers, yes, and it won that one. So anyway, okay, 3 good things about The Awakening.
The costumes.
Mm-hmm.
The Malice is design.
Yep. So much more of a design-based one.
Yeah. And I know it's slightly minor, but actually, you know when the Doctor runs along this hallway, they painted the church in the church wasn't actually in the location where you could see it, along this road.
Oh, did they add it in?
They painted it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And I didn't even notice. It was in one of the special features.
I didn't notice it. Oh wow.
No, they kind of painted over they did a painting and then
Damn.
Because you see the church in the distance, behind some trees, but it's not actually there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's really. I appreciate the person who did that and made it so accurate and stuff.
Well done to that person.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 good things from me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's So yeah, same for me. Malice was at least a new, different kind of villain, I guess, and it was kind of good. I like the cliffhanger, so that's my second one. It had a good cliffhanger. It kind of made me go, "Ooh, what's happening?" But it was like it literally just stopped smoking, and that was it. I was disappointed about how it was resolved, but the climax was good. It would have made me go, "Oh, watch tomorrow," though I would have anyway. Third one, I'd say it was really nice location. I mean, Michael Owen Morris did good directing. I mean, it was directed fine and it looked fine. It was just really, really wooden.
It was.
It was as wooden as those people in the Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. That's how wooden
Pretty
it was.
much,
It was
yeah.
as wooden as the King and Queen of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, 3 bad things.
Ooh, the dialogue. Number 1, the dialogue. This throughout the episode, it sucks. Completely. Yeah, so wooden.
Wooden. I will second that. That is my one as well.
Okay.
Dialogue.
So many to choose from. I'd say second one is the pacing. It rushes through everything. It's like
the cool scenes go too quickly, and the bad scenes go on for too long.
Pretty much, yeah. And like there isn't enough explained within that, which kind of really doesn't makes the episode even more gimp than it already was. I would say, because I pointed out so many like minor issues throughout the entire thing, such as the village not feeling isolated because of the
continuity,
phone routes, and like the bad effects, just like everything around it. There's like no attention to detail anywhere. It's just there. It's just
little effort. But
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So definitely my first one, dialogue for sure. 2 is really kind of flimsy plot devices. So like holograms attacking, but they can't be attacked. Like they're invincible. If any army had that,
it'd be done.
You're done for.
Yeah.
And third thing, I'd say that the really rushed ending that annoyed me. It's like, he's not a hologram. Okay, oh, it's been defeated. Oh, it's not a hologram. Oh, it's the. Oh, hi, Grandad.
Hi, Grandad.
That was it.
Oh yeah, and they spend a long time like, oh, we should be going. Oh no, we want to stay. Yeah, we want to stay. Yeah, we want to stay. You're outnumbered, Doctor. Oh, okay.
that is literally it.
But like, he said so long on that.
Yeah.
But it's like, if that time you could have spent on that, you could have spent a bit more time. You could have taken that and spent it on the time. Oh wow, it's this bigger on the inside or something like that. You could have taken the time and done that instead.
It's because I think the writers had got so used to it being bigger on the inside that they forgot that everybody walking in there for the first time, shock. But anyway, yeah. So the nerdy.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with the nerdy?
Yeah. So I'm mainly reading this from the Toltec wiki at the there because I didn't. Actually, I might have written. I just mentioned the
Wilson.
Wait, hang on. I had another entire bit of bad. I didn't even realise. I wrote on the back, but I didn't. I forgot about it.
Okay, do you want to read that? Because it's still kind of. Because it's still bad.
Yeah. So okay, I mentioned about the Tegan leaving the car. Oh yeah. The ending with Sir George. Okay, so the Doctor is trying to persuade Sir George's mind to go away from the malice. It starts working and he's in a bit of pain. Will just comes up and straight up murders him.
Yeah, yep.
What the heck? He was breaking free! Why the heck would you murder him? You spent like a while in the episode earlier going, oh, he was a good man, but he was changed after a few weeks. Well, if he was going to change back, why the heck would he go around and just murder him like just murdered him?
It was a bit dark, and decapitation as well.
Yeah.
It was just weird darkness in like places. It just didn't fit the story.
Yeah.
Didn't fit it.
Didn't. Also, one last thing. The church being destroyed. Honestly, the effect was done better in the Daemons.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Over 10 years before. And that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, over 10. That was like 12 years before.
That is... You would have thought that things would have got better since then, but no.
No idea.
Actually, speaking of that, just briefly, I'd say, like, I mentioned the teleporting effect in this episode being sad, but, like, I'd actually say the thing that they did with the 3 Doctors with the weird gloop on screen actually looks better.
Oh yeah.
I would say that looks better. They took so many steps backwards with this episode. It's like...
It's just like they put minimal effort.
Yeah, and minimal budget.
Minimal budget and effort. Anyway, the nerdy.
Yeah, okay.
So, okay, I'll start. The absence of Chameleon is not mentioned at all.
He was meant to be in there. They cut the scene out.
Ah, okay.
Because they said the first episode's runtime's a bit too long, so they cut the scene out.
Okay.
Part of this serial, but was cut before transmission.
Yeah, but still, his absence isn't mentioned at all. But,
until he's killed off.
Yeah, and then he just appears in the Planet of Fire a bit later.
Yeah.
God.
And then goes.
Chameleon is the most weirdest thing, I think, in the entire, 80s era of Doctor Who. He's just there, but not. He just sits there. It's weird, it's creepy. It's like kind of the creepy guy who sits in the corner and doesn't say anything.
It is a bit.
Yeah, actually I would say that. So Eric Stewart wrote in a reference about the Trilipitals, which appeared in his script of Visitation, which is a really good story.
I have it, but I still...
You need to watch it, yeah.
I'm working my way.
Anyway, so he only added this in is because he actually planned to write another episode with these guys, but as we know, that never happened. Yeah. And he only wrote it in because he didn't want people forgetting who they were, because they weren't, really known. So he kind of wanted, lots of in there so people remembered it. Also, Peter's costume changes in this one. This is the one where it changes the bigger V, and the shirt changes a little.
And it's all in the stripe at the bottom.
I think the stripe along the bottom. I actually prefer this version. This part of the costume,
not that much.
a bit more red. It just added a bit more colour to it, which I prefer a lot more.
This episode is actually kind of lucky to exist as it does, actually. Because during one of the copying sessions, the original master tape got scratched quite badly.
Oh, damn.
So, luckily, due to the fact they were able to pull together all the footage which they had, and, from the other clips, they were able to pull back together the episode. But actually, having the full first episode, it was almost destroyed.
Damn, I did not know that. Oh, that is crazy.
Mm.
Well, you say lucky to have it.
Yeah. Considering it's later, it might have had VHS recordings and stuff.
Yeah.
But having the original, master tape destroyed,
That's bad. Yeah. So, also, the 7th Doctor also encounters, the Holocron war machine that became the Malice in the Past Doctor Adventures novel, The Hollow Men. So yeah, and also it's apparently, according to in Past Doctor Adventures, the novel The King of Terror, Doctor notes that he spent a month trying to get Will home. So we had that annoying guy around for a while.
One thing that there's a continuity error which is pointed out on this website. Basically, the fact that there was this whole arc of getting Tegan to Heathrow Airport in the 80s, but apparently getting her to her grandfather's village took one go, according to this episode.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because it took from all the way from the Google Place all the way till time flight to finally, and that was only kind of by luck. And then she comes back in Arc of Infinity straight away. It's such an odd companion leaving.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to those episodes. But
yeah. So, would you like to go on with your conclusion?
Okay. So, this episode... Bleh. It's my conclusion. It feels like it's too short, too badly constructed in terms of its pacing. Dialogue's awful. Almost everything in the episode makes you ask one question or another. It's so many things are just done so weirdly. I mean, there are a couple of redeeming aspects, such as the nice costumes, the set. But there's so little redeeming qualities here. It's just such a forgettable episode that you can't really take a lot from it. You don't come out feeling much at all. It's just there. The balance is cool, I guess, but everything else is just sort of either frustratingly bad or very much meh. That's why it gets my rating of 2 out of 10. I didn't.
Yes, finally you managed to say out of 10. Okay. Well done, Conrad. So, The Awakening is a short story in Peter Davison's final season. There's nothing brilliant about it. There's nothing super terrible about it. It's just a bit naff. There's nothing special within it. Part 1 is very slow to start with. I mean, it tries to be intriguing, but that quickly falls flat on its face by them explaining too early on that they're just recreating. They should have been more playing on that. It's very, very wooden and very, very difficult to follow if you're not paying full attention. When I was writing notes, sometimes I had to rewind just to catch what they'd said, because every line is kind of wooden, so you're not really listening to it. It doesn't grab your attention, so you miss important dialogue, which I found myself doing a lot, and even now I'm still kind of not sure. And you could probably hear from what we're talking about is it's not very memorable either. It's just there. It's goes on the DVD shelf. It's there. It's, you know, got it. Watch it every 7 years, I guess. You know, not that often. I mean, it looks nice. It's got good costumes. It looks great, but it's just a bit of a boring watch. And a quick, really quick abrupt ending, which I really hate abrupt endings, unless it's like really like it's been a really good episode before it. An abrupt ending is okay if they kind of follow it on in the next story, which obviously they didn't in front of us. So there's not much to say about this story, which is why I'm giving The Awakening a 3 out of 10. There's nothing super bad about it. I mean, it tries. It's got kind of a bit of heart, but I just feel like no effort behind it. It's kind of, you know, but it's just nothing special behind it. So 3 out of 10, because I mean, it's better than some stories which I'd give it 2. So I originally had it as 5, but as we were talking about it dropped because I realised I was thinking, oh god, yeah, no, it was a bit.
Upon my first watch, I would have said a 5 was fair for it. But when I'm looking at it critically and just watching it for the second time, it just got so much worse.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you very much for listening to our podcast about The Awakening.
Assuming you did listen to it.
Yes, I mean, it's not probably the most, like, oh my god, need to listen to this podcast about this story.
The Awakening, that's my
favourite! Yeah, no. So let us know below what you think of The Awakening. Please don't hate us because of our own opinions. You know, you might love it. It might actually be your favourite story, so sorry that we strayed into it.
I don't think there's many that...
that will say.
Though, to be fair, actually, on the post you got over there, the balance is actually there.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Damn. Well... It's because it fills up a nice big space in it.
It is a memorable villain.
It's a memorable design, yeah. I prefer the Mara Witch, the snake. This is the poster which came in the Doctor Who magazine, which had like the first 6 Doctors.
We might have a picture of it on screen now.
Yeah, there should be somewhere.
Yeah.
But
if not, I'll just get Nick to take a picture.
Yeah.
To me.
Then yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, thank you. Let us know below your thoughts on The Awakening. Subscribe if you want.
Or not, don't just be another one of the Malice's possessed troops who just, you know, follows along and does whatever.
Just, you know, burn somebody just because someone else told you.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't subscribe because he told you. Do it because you want to.
Yes, because that's what's important in life. Your freedom to choose whether or not you click on a button on YouTube, which allows you to see.
Forget or subscribe. God beast below. Yes, so we will see you next time. Eyes of Harmony signing out. Boy! The TARDIS lands in a little village called Hodcombe in I didn't play. Okay. The TARDIS lands in a little village called Hodcombe in 1984 due to Tegan wanting to visit her grandfather. Quickly, the TARDIS... Oh, for fuck's sake. Quickly... not... Right, just stop this and start again. The TARDIS lands in a little village called Hodcombe in 1984 due to Tegan wanting to visit her grandfather. Quickly, the Doctor and crew find themselves within a village obsessed with reenacting the events of the many English wars, but something far more menacing is hidden behind within the church. Walls. Fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna go. Okay. TARDIS lands in a little village called Hodcombe in 1984 due to Tegan wanting to visit her grandfather. Quickly, the Doctor and crew. Fuck's sake. The TARDIS lands in a little village called Hodcombe in 1984 due to Tegan wanting to visit her grandfather. Quickly, the Doctor and crew find themselves within a village obsessed with reenacting the events of the many English wars, but something far more menacing is hidden within the church. Can the Doctor, Tegan and Turlough find Tegan's grandfather, who has mysteriously gone missing, and save the town from an alien threat known as the Malice? Let's discuss The Awakening, which aired from the 19th to the 20th of January 1984 and was written by Eric Pringle and directed by Michael Owen Morris. Finally!
Yay!
God, that was hard.